Should you buy or wait? Should you sell or wait? I'm going to give you the latest input and tell you how you could actually be paying a 100% interest rate, if you can believe that. It's crazy. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Brian Simmons here with eXp Realty in Southern Oregon. It is September 14th, and I'm super excited to provide you with another really good market report on the local Southern Oregon market, as well as some insights into the bigger picture. If you could do me a quick favor, I'd really appreciate it, and just click on that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and please share this video with anybody you know who is looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon. If you're curious what your home's worth or you're looking to do some house hunting, check out the description of this video for some super helpful links, like a link to my website, buyingsouthernoregon.com, and a lot of really great resources to help you out on there. Now, let's run through the data and see what the market has done over the last week. As of this morning, for Jackson and Josephine counties, we have 1,212 active single-family residential listings between the two counties. 106 new listings went on the market last week, 179 price changes, which is a little bit of an increase over last week. 34 came back on the market, 111 went pending, which is nice to see that pick back up. 85 deals were closed, 50 were expired, withdrawn, or canceled, and all of that brings us to 14 and a quarter weeks worth of inventory if we were to look at just a snapshot of that week. So really no surprises there to me in the data. Inventory did come down a little bit, which we expected. Pending picked back up a little bit after the holiday week, the week prior. And so that's all kind of stuff that we'd expected. Closings remained right around the same. Really nothing newsworthy at all there in any of those numbers that I can tell. Everything just kind of pretty stable, pretty normal for what we expected. Nothing really jumped out for the better or for the worse. Just pretty stable. So I've been getting asked a lot lately about should I buy now? Should I sell now? Is it a good time? People are seeing news headlines, all this sort of stuff. And I wanted to, I've talked about this a long time ago, and I wanted to talk about it again because the market's changing. It's actually pretty quickly too. And so I wanted to just kind of give you guys all an update on whether I feel like it's still a good time for you to buy if you're a buyer, or sell if you're a seller. And also, like I was mentioning in the beginning, I really want to get to the point where I'm going to explain to you how it's possible for you to be paying a 100% interest rate, which is unbelievable. So first, let's talk about whether or not you should sell right now, okay? And whether you should sell or should not sell is something that really depends on the specifics of your circumstances. In my opinion, there's absolutely nothing wrong with selling right now. I think it's actually a really good idea. Prices have gone up and up and up, and they're higher now than they've been ever before. You can assure yourself you'll be selling for top dollar, and that's really a nice thing. Average sold price of homes in our area have not come down. Okay, now that's probably contrary to what you might be hearing on the news and stuff, but the data shows that those prices, the average sold price in Jackson, Josephine County, you look at both markets together, has not come down. Okay, activity has slowed down. That's no question. But prices have not come down. So in my opinion, if you're considering selling, I'd sell. And just know that it may not happen overnight. It may take a month. It may take a couple months. And you may end up having to negotiate more on price and on repairs and stuff now than you would have, a year ago. And that's just simply because there's not as many buyers out there competing for every single home. So I think that's just important to know that, if you sell, it's a great time, still, historically high prices for homes. So you could cash out and do really well. May take a little longer, maybe needing to be more flexible in your negotiations, but all of those things being considered, I think it still makes sense financially to really consider it. So I'm a big advocate for selling now. I think it's still a very good time to do it. What about buying though? Buying is a similar situation in that it depends on your specific circumstances, but I think there's more case to be made for some buyers not buying right now. Interest rates are super high. Prices are high, like we just talked about. And when you have those two things that are high, it makes affordability really low. And so it's lower now than it's been in a very long time, if ever. It's definitely has an effect on the type of house that you can get. So if you're looking at, moving across town, for example, maybe it doesn't make sense to buy. Maybe it does, given the specifics of your circumstance. But for the most part, if you're just like, hey, I like that side of town a little bit better, I think maybe I'll try to pick something up over there instead of here. Maybe wait. Maybe wait till rates come back down. Maybe wait till something like that happens. But I would just consider that. If you are needing to downsize, if you're needing to upsize, if you're relocating from out of state, if you're looking to buy your first home or get out of a rental and into homeownership, then in any of those situations, then I do think that it does make sense to buy, because what you're gaining in functionality, let's say if you were to upsize or downsize, you're gaining enough to make it worth it. Right? If you're raising two little kids that are learning how to ride a bike and you live on the side of a mountain like I used to, it makes sense to gain that functionality and buy, so that you can show your kids how to ride a bike and raise them in a place that's better, or whatever the case may be, depending on the specifics of your circumstance. So if you have something big to gain like that, then yeah, I do think it makes sense to do that for your family, for your future, for your life. I think that makes sense. And yeah, you might pay a little bit more, but if you're paying a few $100 more a month on your mortgage, but you're getting all this additional functionality, it probably pencils out in your favor. Probably makes sense to do that. I want to talk to renters out there now, because if you're renting, it's absolutely a great time to buy, and it always is. And I talked in the beginning about how you can effectively be paying a 100% interest rate, and you can. Okay, you can do what equates to a 100% interest rate, and that's called rent. Okay, if you're paying rent to somebody, you're basically getting no financial gain for the money that you're spending. Okay, you might as well be spending it on a 100% interest rate loan. On a 100% interest rate loan, by the way, you would at least be able to write off the interest expense on your taxes. When it's rent, you can't write any of that off. I'm not an accountant, just saying, Google it. Anyways, that's how you could effectively pay a 100% interest rate. That's how you could effectively be paying a 100% interest rate, by paying rent. Okay, 100% of your rent goes to the owner, just like if a 100% interest rate were the case, 100% of it would be going to the bank, and none of it would be going to your financial gain. So that's the scenario. If you're in that scenario, absolutely a time to buy if you can do it. I would love to help you with that. If you're renting, reach out. I can help you kind of figure out the way to do it. And if there's obstacles in your way for being able to make that happen, we can work together to find a way to get you on the path to homeownership, so you're stopping paying that 100% effectively interest rate, and get yourself into a better position. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you're looking to do any sort of house hunting, or you want to know what your home's worth, again, check out the description of this video, because there's some super helpful links, including my website, buyingsouthernoregon.com. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe icon, hit the like button, and share this video with anybody you know who's looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week.